Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. Alright, you guys know what time of the week it is, right? It's that time. It's time for the Undervalued Key Show! Alright, guys. Now, before we get dived into the Undervalued Key of the Week, I do want to let you guys know the last chance is today. We'll be giving the Silver Cerberus away tomorrow, so you have until late tonight to like, comment, and subscribe on any one of the videos where I promoted this contest, and that'll give you guys the best chance to win. We'll be raffling that book off, and based on comments on the road to 500. Only one comment per video counts, right? But yep, there we go. So let's go ahead and get dived into the undervalued key of the week. Now, as we see, we got a really awesome book going on here. This week's undervalued key is Detective Comics 575 from 6 of 1987. And the key notation on the book, it is the Batman Year 2 storyline begins. Now, it is has a Mike Barr story, and Alan Davis and Paul Neary cover and art. And it's, you know, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this book before. It's just one of those iconic covers. You rarely, if ever, right, guys, see Batman using a gun. It's so rare to see him using a gun um, that there's something about this cover that has always kind of attracted my attention because of you've got Batman's holster right here, so for the gun. He's not only do you never see Batman with a gun, what else do you never see him with a gun holster? So it's so provocative. It definitely does kind of hearken to those year two storylines as well, where this is a young crime fighting Batman who's kind of just starting to get his feet. He's not nearly the amazing professional, basically crime fighting expert that he will become. Right? He's still kind of new at this, and what would you gravitate towards? Something that could help you, like a gun. And so it's obviously just an iconic part of the storyline as well. um, and yeah, I think it's just a super awesome cover. um, one of the things too about this cover that's so cool in my opinion is the use of color. There's very few colors on the book. There's just this. You have this red, you have this black, there's some white here, this yellow, and this blue. And if you notice, the black's reused in blacks, the yellow's reused in the yellows, and the blue is the only thing that kind of differentiates Batman from the rest of the cover. And obviously the gray for the gun and Batman's suit. It's just count the colors there. There's really only 5 colors being used, um, but still it captures this kind of a real feeling, and I think that's one of the reasons too why maybe I feel like it's such an iconic cover is just the use of color, and kind of not overdoing it with the color. Um, that just I'm kind of drawn to the cover, honestly, on this one. Just such a cool book. So that's pretty much that's why I like the book. It has a lot to do with the cover, a little bit less to do with the key nature, but the key nature of the book does sort of play into why Batman's using a gun as well. So that's additionally cool. But yeah, so as always, let's go ahead and get dived into numbers. Now, you don't have to get a graded copy like I have. I was able to, in research on the book, and I actually bought this book raw as well. I think I paid 20 for for that for the raw book when I got it raw. Um, So right in the middle of the prices that I saw, we're going for about $15 to $25 in raw. So not too expensive, not too cheap, but right there in the middle. Pretty good price for a cool key. Um, Now, as always, I use my CGC account to go ahead and take a look at the numbers so we can sort of dive further into the numbers and see, is this how popular this book is to submit, which sort of, as we've seen, if you guys have been watching the show, can sort of it sort of gives you a better idea of where the book sits in the market, how many people are willing to submit versus what the return would be. So this book doesn't have a whole lot of copies. It's also doesn't have nothing. There's a reasonable amount, so it's not a heavily submitted book as we've seen in the past. Some books, upwards of 20, 25,000. This book has 741. And as you've seen in other ones I've done, there are some books that only have 10 or 11 on census. So 741. There's a reasonable amount of books out there in a graded form. There are 236 in a 9.8, 232 in the 9.6, and 104 in the 9.4, like that one. So yeah, just 741, not too many. I would imagine that a lot of the copies out there are probably still raw, and you can, find it in that form. But as usual, I did a bunch of research and dived into the numbers even more, checking out some eBay sold listings, current listings, things like that. Now, I was unable to get too much information on the 9.8. There is a current listing available for $245, shipping included as usual, plus tax. But I don't, unfortunately, there was only 2 copies sold on eBay in a 9.8 within the last 3 months, and both were slashed price. So they bought it for under, like it was they didn't do a buy it now or an auction. They sent an offer. You know what I'm saying? So a bid was accepted. That was under the asking price, so it doesn't show you. Unfortunately, it doesn't show you what that actual bid number was, what they sold it for. However, I will say that both of them were. One was listed at 270 and one was listed at 280, and they were both bought for less than that. So less than around the 270. I don't know. But I did find some numbers for the 9.6 and 9.4, which is, we're going to cover that. That's kind of interesting. In a 9.6, the low on the 9.6 was $45 shipped plus taxes. So not too good, so not too bad of a deal. Somebody, I think, got a really good deal on the 9.6. There was a high for $111 and current listing for $87, with the low, as I said, $45 for the 9.6. And in a 9.4, there was actually a low for just $33, so right around grading price, guys, for the 9.4, at least in a low. There was a high for $52 and a current listing of $97. So like I said, the low on the 9.4 coming in at a whopping $33, and you would definitely not find me selling mine for $33. I love that book way more than $33. So yeah, to me, I feel like somebody got a screaming deal on a 9.4 at $33. So yeah, that's what I have today. It's a cool book that not a lot of people are looking at right now, and yeah, if you think it's as cool as I do, maybe you can scoop up a copy for real cheap. Find one in your local comic book shop. Alright, guys, that's what I have today. The undervalued key of the week is Detective Comics 575 with this super awesome, I call it the Batman holding a gun cover. Alright, guys, we'll see you tomorrow and have a great day. And hey, everybody, good luck on winning the 500 subscriber giveaway, the Silver Cerberus. Like I said, we'll be raffling that off tomorrow early in the morning. So you have until late tonight to get all those comments in on all the videos. Alright guys, we'll see you tomorrow as usual, and have a great day.